selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling AHA. And I never been down with no OPP. I talk about selling our people's property. Don't know who doing it, so don't round me out. Don't send no police round me and tell me shush my mouth. Where's our conviction? But where's our pride? We selling everything, selling our backside. Just go online, it'll make you sick. You can buy any island, just point and click. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling AHA. Ride him. My mother always say when you find a donkey, ride it. Who's donkey? Man, come on. We got a whole nation in 73. Now we getting back the whole country. What kind of fools we must be, selling out for a bag of rice and a cup of tea. You know what does bug me? Help me understand. I can't find piece of property for under 80 grand, but I can fix this. I know what to do. I can squat just like them other people try make me do. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling AHA. They're selling our country. Ooh, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling AHA. I get everybody sell some every day. They're selling one island, give away one key. What can be left for you and me? Is this the example? What's our kids to do? You want them have a sense of pride, or go selling too? Cause they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling AHA. They're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling.
Yo, hey yo, we come a long way and we just begun. Come on, lift up the heads to the rising sun and just sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
Come on, sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
From the Bahamas to an outland islands in between. If you know you in love with the sign and cheer, come on, sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
Come on, sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
I am a Bahamian citizen, 242 resident, native son of the 8 Mile Rock settlement, highly intelligent, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce Papa Smurf
in the element.
Bahamian accent, smooth and so elegant. Use it in a rap song and make it sound eloquent. Any place other than this is irrelevant. Tropical paradise, beauty is evident. This goes out to the Bahamian government, leaders of the country, members of parliament. Each and every settlement needs some development. If you ain't encouraged, then this is encouragement. We are in a country that's healthy and prominent. Visitors visit season and they leave with astonishment, only to return again. I am very confident, I am sure as I as a Bahamian. Hey, yo, we come a long way and we just begun. Come on, lift up your heads to the rising sun and just sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
Come on, sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
From the Bahamas to an Grand Islands in between. If you know you in love with the sign and cheer, come on, sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
Come on, sing it out loud.
Yeah, I am a Bahamian.
Welcome to Freeport, home of the element, where everybody's one, but we live in different settlements. Within these different settlements, we have different residents. If you just tune in, then go ahead and get settled in. People get homesick, Freeport is their medicine. Even Keisha Cole said this place gotta be heaven. Rest in peace to Wallace Grove, you gotta remember him. He's the one that found us, so in memory of him, I talk about my city like I'm on David Letterman. Ghana will be built off, that ain't no skeleton. July 10th, we celebrate our independence. That's when my city lights up, thanks to Thomas Edison. I ain't talking politics, homie, that's irrelevant. I've been here for 21 years, I'm a veteran, so even if I need to go overseas.
Let me just say that I have always been a part of this community. And there's no accident I know how to do all the dancing. Because I always be and share with you. Because you are me and I am you.
Yes, sir.
And I'll be here with you always. And those who knew me from the past and know me now, they always knew that I was there and always been there for you. I don't call you all, no, you all are not Haitians, Bahamians. You are Bahamian,
Yes.
and your origin is Haitian. Mine too, and many of us. We have to stay apart for now so we can be together later. In long now.
I gotta come back here eventually.
We come a long way and we just begun. Come on, lift up your heads to the rising sun and just sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
Come on, sing it out loud.
I am a
From the
Bahamian.
Bahamas to an Grand Islands in between. If you know you in love with the sign and cheer, come on, sing it out loud.
I am a Bahamian.
Come on, sing it out loud.
I am a
See, I was
Bahamian.
born in Freeport City. Tell you what that means to me. It means I'm proud of my ancestors. Yes, I'm proud of my country. Proud of where we are at present. Proud to where we could have been. We rose above emancipation. It was when we.
The same back in the day, we all could have bully us and do what y'all want to do. We different, boy. It's a different generation, bro. We smarter. We smarter than y'all. All our kids smart in school. Fucking dummies, we ahead of y'all. Yeah. So why we speak two languages, we way smarter than fucking y'all. Y'all know that. All do is talk fuck all day.
Let me just say that I have always been a part of this community. And there's no accident I know how to do all the dancing. Because I always be and share with you. Because you are me and I am you.
Yes, sir.
And I'll be here with you always. And those who knew me from the past and know me now, they always knew that I was there and always been there for you. I don't call you all, no, you all are not Haitians, Bahamians. You are Bahamian,
Yes.
and your origin is Haitian. Mine too, and many of us. We have to stay apart for now so we can be together later. In long now.
Are you all ready and willing to go?
Est-ce que nous tous, est-ce que nous tous faisons pour retourner back à Haïti?
Are indeed the trendsetter for our future.
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center, hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, is no misses. Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the most vision. Trendsetter told them before, but they don't listen. Better
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for being here, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday. It is Sunday. It is the 5th of the 5th. It is Sunday, the 5th of the 5th, ladies and gentlemen. And we have an interesting one to talk about on this day. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'm a proud Bahamian. And I don't know about you, but I can speak for myself. I am a proud Bahamian. And that's all I know how to be. But I've grown up in a country where it has always been kind of taboo to be a Bahamian, and most people don't even know what it means to be a Bahamian. That's a question that most people can't answer. I grew up in the Bahamas where as soon as persons landed in Miami on Bahamas Air, their accent changed because they were ashamed of their own accent. I grew up in that Bahamas, but I was a proud Bahamian nonetheless. And what I experienced yesterday on this in this country is unacceptable, and we're going to talk about that today. We're going to have a serious conversation with that today. Ladies and gentlemen, I was at the event, and after leaving the event, I went to watch what I could watch from it, but I ended up watching the pre-event, and I saw an abomination to any nation. I saw where they put up the countries that were competing, and one of the countries was called Haiti, Bahamas, and it called their team the All Stars. We gotta talk about that today because this is a serious one. This would be blasphemed if this were America or England or any other country. Heads would be rolling right now. If this were any other nation, that is a serious breach. In fact, that is an international incident. That's serious. That's very serious. We're going to talk about all that today, and I'm going to let you talk about it. I have a lot to say about this. I have some information to show you, some information to share with you. I'm going to go to the Haiti's constitution also right now. And so we got a real conversation about this because it's time for us to have real proud Bahamians in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, Bahamians came out yesterday dressed up in all their beautiful regalia to represent for the Bahamas. And then to see something like that on the screen is blasphemous. Someone says, what if it's another country? I don't care what country it is. We are the Bahamas. And it's time for us to be proud of being Bahamians. It's time for us to be proud of our nation. And yes, we had a response from the tray ramming. The response is so trivial, I won't even waste the time reading it because it's not you who should be responding to us. You are not the minister. We did not elect you. You're not the minister and you're not the prime minister. And so for Latre Raming to respond from his personal Facebook page is totally egregious. It's more of an insult to the Bahamian people. He responded by saying, we something, something. It's an egregious insult to us. I've seen all manner of nonsense on your Facebook page, including you could ball your head if this don't happen or that can happen. That's your personal page. We're not interested in a response from you. You have no authority. You have no say. You are a yes man who just repeats and regurgitates whatever he is told to. The minister should have responded. That's the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, or the Minister of Tourism, or the Prime Minister himself should have responded. Then we saw, and so your response is an insult. We also saw more of an insult from the BAAA. I will read that one because that one is shocking and it actually makes it worse when you actually read what was actually said. But we're going to read all of that for you today because we need to have a serious conversation of all that. These people are getting crafty. All right? You know, like how they started, you know, putting. Remember how society started putting gay scenes in movies? Remember when they started doing that? They started putting the gay so that you could be desensitized to it and it could seem like a part of normal culture. So the same way they are starting to try to put these things so that you see news stories about someone who grew up in a shanty town, now they are a police corporal or sergeant or whatever. They're trying to desensitize you. But for many Bahamians, they have a problem with that because if your parents came here illegally, you took the spot of a Bahamian in a classroom, one, and of a Bahamian on the police force. Because there are a limited number of persons who can be on the police force in every call. And so I have no problem with other persons being in our country. But when we start to displace our own people, that's when we have a serious problem. All right? And so we're going to have a conversation about this today. You know, I want to say that, you know, the hate in this country needs to stop. I will be the first to say that. I know this may sound strange coming from me, but the hate in this country needs to stop. We got to stop. The only hate that is experienced in this country is hate against Bahamians. The only persons being discriminated against in this country are Bahamians. We are the only ones who are being pushed aside. We have persons who can do whatever they want and they are untouchable. But if Bahamians try to do the same thing, they are touched. You have persons who can sell without a permit on Cowpen Road, in the middle of the road. Sell whatever they want, however they want. But if a Bahamian tries to sell coconuts, coconut water, he will be dragged off the streets and hauled before the courts. You have people who can do whatever they want in this country. I don't have to go through everything. And they are untouchable. You have foreigners can come into this country and do whatever they want. The barefoot bandit, I mean, they didn't even slap him on the wrist. The prime minister said, oh, he didn't commit any crime in this country. So the video with him shooting gun at the police wasn't a crime. All right? Him illegally landing wasn't a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, the only people experiencing hate in this country is Bahamians, and we got to stop the hate, especially the Bahamians who are hating on Bahamians. That is the biggest travesty. I don't have a problem with any Haitian national fighting for their children. That's what parents are supposed to do. I don't have a problem with the Haitian man who's walking his daughter to school, making sure they do their homework and get good grades. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with the Haitian national working in the hospital now, fighting for beds for their people. I have no problem with them fighting for blood for their people, making sure their people get the blood. And you all got to go call your family and tell them to come get blood. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is the Bahamians who would sit down and let that happen. That is what I have a problem with. Bahamians who would not fight for their children. That is the problem. A man who would fight for his children is respectable. He's honorable. Don't care who he is. But the man who would let his children's bread be taken away by someone else or someone else's children, that is not respectable. That is not honorable. That is not the way it should be. There's this word that they keep shooting around because they like to shoot at us. But I am unapologetically Bahamian. I don't apologize for being a Bahamian, for loving my country and for loving my people. I will be misunderstood. I have no problem with that. I have a right to be misunderstood in my own house, in my own country. I have no problem with that. But the only persons experiencing hate in this country are Bahamians. They hate us. They treat us with disdain. They hate us. I haven't watched how the interviewers were interviewing Michael Pintard when he arrived to nominate for his convention, and they tried to ask him a question. Well, what if you don't win? Will you still support? Oh, this shit doesn't rise. This shit doesn't rise. And he started shouting at them and ignoring them. What do you think is going to happen when this man becomes prime minister? We've had enough of that. Answer the people's questions like I do every single week. I come to the people and tell them they could answer. I'll answer any question they got. In fact, anything they got on me, they could bring it. Come expose it while I'm live in front of everybody. Not something I could cover up or edit. He started, and then at the end of the interview, after he did his speech, he did the same thing to the media and cut them off. Y'all think y'all in trouble now? That man just showed you all signs of something. But I'll get back to my point. The only persons experiencing hate in this country is Bahamians. There's a term called xenophobia. Xenophobia. And that means the fear of foreigners. And it can be understood to mean the hate of foreigners, because you don't really fear the foreigners, all right? So it's like homophobia, it means literally the fear of homosexuals, but you don't really fear homosexuals. What they're really saying is that you hate homosexuals, all right? So xenophobia means the hate of foreigners. You don't want them to be amongst you, etc. You have a problem with them for whatever. That's what xenophobia is, all right? But there's another word that's relative to our country that none of you even know. If you study your Greek or your Latin, etc., you may understand this word. It's not xenophobia. That's the problem in our country. Xenophobia is not even a word that we don't. They've taught us to love foreigners. We have loved our Haitian brothers and sisters. We've allowed them to be in our hospitals. We've taken care of their children. We've given them jobs. We've let them take care of our houses. We've trusted them in our houses while we weren't there. We've trusted them to do our yards. All right, we've given them free education, and we've allowed them to be here free, even tax-free. We've been here with them. We've grown up with them. I know I have. We've grown up with them. They are our friends, etc., etc. Bahamians are not a hateful people. Yes, Bahamians sometimes make fun of people that are not like them or whatever. Bahamians make fun of other Bahamians. Some people say, oh, Bahamians make fun of Haitians. Bahamians make fun of other Bahamians. That's what humans do. That has been here from the beginning of time. That's a human thing. But we have always been welcoming and loving and letting these people be with us. We've had no problem with that. Right now, a Haitian is going to do your yard this week. The Haitian man can ride on his bicycle, pulling his lawnmower, and no one will harass him. No one will shout at him or give insults to him. He can roam freely. They can walk through the malls and say what they have to say and do what they have to do. No one is going to shout at them or shout slurs or try to do anything to them. But here's where, and that's in our country. Tell me I'm wrong. Now, the real problem in our society is not xenophobia. It's another word. It's a serious word. That's the word you just saw on the screen. Endophobia. It means the hate of locals, the hate of the people who actually belong. It's the hate of yourselves, nation. Endophobia is a term used to describe the fear or aversion towards one's own culture, community, or environment. It can manifest in a discomfort or anxiety related to being within familiar surroundings or interacting with people from one's own cultural or social group. This term is less commonly used compared to xenophobia, which refers to the fear or hostility towards foreigners or people from different cultures. Endophobia. It's an interesting word, and the reason that word is so interesting is because of the root of that word. It really means in, endophobia. and Xino means foreign. But the beginning of that word is something you should pay attention to. Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I keep saying foreigner. Endophobia. Endophobia. It means it's the beginning of the end. When you start to hate yourself, when you start to let others come into your country and work together while you are hating on yourselves instead of coming together, and you let your politicians keep you separated on because that's just your team and you just got to vote for them while they're making the money off of the foreigners, and the foreigners are coming and now they're getting all the contracts and the jobs, etc., etc. That's when we got a problem. And this is where we find ourselves. Endophobia. Remember that word, repeat that word, post that word. That's your word. Endophobia. Endophobia. It's a real word. It's time to stand up. It's time. I'm going to start to talk to you now, but I'm going to open the phone lines at the same time, just so you can get your piece in there. Today, I'm going to open the phone lines from the beginning. I'll talk through your calls because I want you to voice your opinion. I want the government to hear you. They sent out these apologies because they want to fool you. The phone line is there, 803-5995, 803-5995. They sent out those apologies because there's a rule in political science, and that rule is that, sorry, I had my phones on, I'm not disturbed. That rule in political science is that politicians are only concerned with what's on the tongues of the people. Politicians are only concerned with what's on the tongues of the people. And so, you see, everyone was talking about it. So what they did, they started trying to cover up. But what they do is they test you. I've told you this over and over. They put something out there. They test you. I learned this from Tellison Wells, actually. So you put anytime you want to do something, you want to see the public response, you put it out there, and then if the people say something, you come back and say, "Oh, it's just a mistake. He was never really going to do it," etc., etc. And if they don't respond, you move on with it. If we didn't respond, they would have let that go. Good afternoon, you're live.
Oh, sorry, I got to cut off you. That word just now.
Yes, endophobia.
Man, you just taught me. As a matter of fact, I was the one who introduced that singer bill to Steve McKinney. He didn't know it was coming, but I'm gonna get back to that word just now. That bill of when people come to your company, asylum bill.
Yes.
When you outline all the things and that. I called Steve the next day. He didn't know about that.
Wow.
But anyway, that's not my point. That word just now, I was trying to what's the word, man? Explain that to myself, because that's exactly what's going on in the Bahamas today.
Yes.
So not only that, it's going on in your family.
Yeah.
Your family will embrace the next door neighbor or the guy down the street right in the front of you to show you, I do not like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I'm suffering from that, and it's breaking me so much. But I'm at the point of forgiveness right now. So I'm just letting the Lord fight all my battles. And I swear to you, this just came to me 2 days ago. And here you are now on the phone with this word. And trust me, I'm going to run with it.
Endophobia.
Like ending?
E-N-D-O, phobia. Endophobia.
Endo. And before you said the beginning of the end, I was there before you, man.
Wow. Thanks for your call, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Endophobia. Endophobia. I'm going to start here, 805. I'm going to start here by going through this apology, this ridiculous, nonsensical apology that I guess they told the BAAAs to go and put out there. Of course, it's them covering up. It's them covering up and making sure that, it's them covering up. So here's Okay, we got another call online. Let's go. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good day, Mr. Bacon.
Good day. How you doing?
I've been better.
Wow.
You touched briefly on endophobia and parents fighting for their children.
Yes.
And I don't want to stray from your topic, but last year it was you and your team that assisted me when my child was raped.
Wow.
By the PYL convention.
At a PYL, Progressive Young Liberals?
Yes.
Wow.
By Mr. Lundy's general. Okay.
Wow.
And it's almost been a year, and I haven't gotten any resolve. I have done everything the right way. They told me to trust the system. I am trusting the system. But I am to my wit's end because I work for government. And I am permitted to get the job done every day. And I do my job to the best of my ability. But who is protecting me? Who is fighting for me?
You work for government?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
I am a police officer. And my son, my child, was raped. And nobody wants to give me answers. Nobody wants to. I don't.
So this rapist, I mean, I won't call their name. We won't call their name. But this rapist it seems to be connected to the PLP.
And I don't want to make it. I didn't want to make it political.
No, that isn't making it political. But if they are doing that to protect their people, like we saw a lot of people had the problem that it took so long to question the member of parliament who was accused of rape. Now this is another situation where a child is involved. So that's not political per se, but it's just that they're using politics and protecting their cronies. Wow. Wow. How are you handling this? Oh my God.
And it was only you and your team would assisted me last year.
Wow.
If I exhaust my sick leave, they dig into my salary. I don't know what else to do. And I am waiting, and I am waiting, and I am waiting, but this person is walking around free to do whatever.
Walking
and
around?
I need to understand that they on bail.
Oh my God. So your son was raped at the Progressive Young Liberals Convention. You are a police officer. I remember the case. Your son was actually raped in the hotel room.
I asked the CDU to deal with the matter. CDU didn't deal with the matter. Island officers to deal with it. When I never know that island, that's why CDU is there. I am so frustrated. I can't even work because it's unbearable at this point. Social services won't assist me.
Wow.
And I don't know what else to do. It's like everyone trying to play God in your life and nobody wants to stand up for what is right. If a demon is in your camp, expose them. If you try to cover it up, you're just as bad as them. And it's too long. Everybody in this country probably could talk about how they were molested, how ill things happened to them when they were children. Who are protecting the children? When you have these pedophiles who are comfortable once they get underneath a certain umbrella, once they get under the church umbrella, once they get under the political umbrella, they are free to do whatever, and nobody stands up for what is right. When you're dealing with humans, humans will fail. But when you cover it up, when you put party, when you put the church, your affiliation with whoever over what is right, then you are creating a problem. It's sad that 90% of Bahamians could tell you an adverse story about how they were molested or how they were abused as children. Who are protecting the children? And then you demand that I go out here and get the job done when I can't even protect my own. You know how that feels. I am out here protecting everyone, my own. And all they telling me is trust the system.
Wow.
If it was me, they would have handcuffed me. They would have thrown me in the back of the bus. Who is going to help me?
Wow. Well, I can tell you that, oh my God. Sounds like the person hung up. I am so tired of seeing Bahamians hurting and abused in this country. I don't know what else Bahamians got to see. They hate us. Mom, I see your number. I'm going to call you after this show is over to get to the bottom of what's going on. The Progressive Liberal Party is a criminal organization. Y'all know what y'all do. Come lock me up for saying that. Y'all are a criminal organization because y'all defend and look out for criminals. Come lock me up. I'll wait to get the call that y'all need me in for questioning, for speaking my opinion. You're like criminal organization. That woman is a police officer. Two of the phones ringing at the same time. I can take one at a time. Good afternoon, you're live.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Bain. This is Charlotte Green.
Yes.
I just was listening to the caller, and that was very devastating. I don't know if she's still listening, but hopefully she can call back privately after the live, and I guess we can see how we can assist, because this is a child, and it takes a village to raise a child. And we as Bahamians, parents, we need to stop brushing things under the rug as it relates to our children. Our seniors and our children in this country must be protected at all costs. Okay? They must be protected at all costs. And it seems like our chief security leadership has not only failed her, but has failed the entire nation. And they should not be allowed to wear our badge of honor, to be able to sit in our uniform, to sit in offices, and to be able to drive around in vehicle. The biggest sacrifice you can have and do is to lay down your life for your people and to protect them at all costs. There are no honorable leaders in this country. The commissioner of police has failed this nation. Our country is experiencing a national security risk. They are taking the lives and the future of this country for a joke. And Bahamians must stand up. We must stand up. If not for ourselves, do it for our children. But the disrespect they have launched against the Bahamian people has become unbearable and unacceptable. tired and sick of seeing the chatter on WhatsApp. We must move the chatter from these social media apps and take it to the doorstep of the House of Assembly. These men and women sitting in Parliament are rapists and robbers. They are thieves, they are animals, and they are dogs. And it is what it is. You gotta call them for what they are. They are demons. And you gotta call them into the light. They are demons. How can we be doing this to our children? We are coming for our country. And I am calling on all Bahamians to get yourself ready. The war is going to go down at those polls. We must watch those polls. We must stand up, get ourselves ready, register, vote, and man our polls. Unite and come together and stand up and fight for the only country. We must leave a sustainable country for our children. I hope the lady is still listening. I hope she calls back for the sake of her child. Because that child is suffering, as many children in this country are.
Thank you for your call.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bain.
Thank you for your call. Oh, God. You can't imagine how much calls like that I get on a daily basis. Good afternoon, you're live.
Hey, Mr. Ben, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Man, don't touch me, that lady, man. Let me ask you a question. You being a lawyer now, they have a statute of limitation on rape, right? They don't have it on murder, but they have it on other things, like such as rape and other things.
No, it's not on rape.
It's not on rape. Okay, that's good. This lady, I know she might not want to because of the sake of a child, but she needs to bring that public. She needs to bring that to the forefront. Because it's the only way something's going to happen. And if they try and victimize her on a job, then you'll know who really behind what's going on with that. But she needs to bring that public.
Yeah.
Where's the daddy?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you the honest to God's truth. If that was my child, I wanted to do it too, but they couldn't stop me.
Yeah.
They couldn't have stopped me. They would have locked me up for that one. I tell you that. You know, you have a good day. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing, man. You got to get this one.
All right. You know, a lot of people just started following me, so they don't know that I've been fighting these kinds of matters for over 20 years now, over 2 decades. I'm not a Johnny come lately. I just said at the beginning of it, I wasn't interested in politics at all. I did it to help people because no one would stand up against these powerful people. You know, there were people, you know, there were young people who were raped even by police officers, and they got no justice until I went there with the mother and the child and forced the police to do their job. And they know they had to do it because I was on radio or TV, and they know that I would expose them if they didn't do something about it. But they weren't taking matters like these seriously during the early 2000s, etc. When I was fighting these kinds of cases. This is the kind of pain I hear on the phone for most of the day, every day. This woman's case is not an isolated case. It only eventually gets some traction when it's exposed. That's why I told you politics are only concerned what's on the tongues of the people. They're concerned. If they see you watch the live, they can do something like when they locked up Maria. They let out so quick. Why? Because they saw all of you. They saw 20-something thousand people watching the live. So they were like, hold on, there's a problem. Let's hurry up, do something about this. If they see something is going out there, they're afraid. Politicians are only afraid of political action. And I said this to some activists recently. They said, okay, we wanna do this, we wanna do that. Listen. Politicians are only moved by political threats. That's why when I go to an island and I expose what's going on there, they come running because it's a political threat. And I've said this to persons who are even speaking up for some things now in recent times. They're like, no, we have to pretend that we're not interested in the politics and just talk about these, these stuff, and then later just come bring up the politics. I said, no, that sounds like we march. I said, no, if you're not a political threat, you're not going to move them. Finland and those started moving the UBP and forcing their hand because they were a political threat. And that's why I say to my brothers and sisters who are out there, some of them now talking about carbon credits and talking about funding this kind of stuff. They don't care how much talking you do or how much marching you do. That's billions of dollars at stake. And only when you become a political threat is when you're going to move them. Watch how they respond to me. It's because it's a political threat. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ben. My heart goes out to the lady that called earlier.
Yeah.
But not to go off the picture, right? Just to say for F&M and PLP, I put this to a few of my friends and cousins and that went stateside and came back. And I say, just think about it. In 40 years, Nassau and Freeport is basically the two islands that I used to be in. So in 40 years, what have you seen different in the Bahamas? What has Nassau done? What has Freeport done? To be honest with you, Freeport only take away. They didn't put none there. They take away all the international bazaar, the hotels. It's just cutting Freeport.
Yeah.
But in Nassau, not to make this a funny case, but Nassau, you come from out of the airport, okay, so, okay, they build up an airport, yeah, okay, that's fine. You get on the road and you say, wow, man, this road is beautiful. It's a nice road. And then you get around that, I guess the second circle. They had a rooster there. I'm like, what the heck for a rooster? What is the rooster? I mean, I can see a marlin, I can even see a grouper, but a rooster, that was, and everybody, the people that picked me up, just like, hey, man, that's what they do. We're like, wow, that's funny. But if you sit down and count the things that happen in Nassau, maybe 10, 15 at most, where they move Bay Street and East Street different ways, two bridge, they take away all the Nassau Beach and Cable Beach hotels, and then they put in Bahamas, So other than that, what have the PLP or F&M, because both of them are in parties. So my question is to the F&M and PLP supporters over there. Come on, boss. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, look at it. They ain't done nothing for us, man.
Nothing.
They really haven't done nothing for us. It's time for a change.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ben, my support is behind you and the COI. And I'm pushing everybody I know of to just look at it. I'm not telling nobody you can vote, you have to vote COI, but I'm saying use your common sense and look at it. Back in 2021, a friend of mine gave me a link with the COI, the Vision 25. And when I look at that, even a child can see, man, that's the plan. Yeah. None of those parties had a plan. None of them. I know you got a lot of things to do, but that was just my point to put into you. So keep up the good work. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for your call, man. Yeah, there was a person who made a comment on called Lincoln Moxie, Dr. Lincoln Moxie. Are you free to call in now? 242-803-5995. You had some stuff to say. And I see people responding to you, but I can't see your message you're saying to them. You're free to call in now. You had an issue with that Haiti is in trouble. There's a lot of need in Haiti. And so you think that we should be worried about helping Haiti rather than what people are talking about. So come on, be strong. In fact, I know you. I grew up with you in Camp Road. All right. And well, I used to go to church in Camp Road, and all my family was from Camp Road. So I spent a lot of time there. And so that's where I know you from. So please call in 803-5995. Don't hide behind the text on here. 803-5995. Come on, you can WhatsApp call. I know you might not be in the Bahamas, but WhatsApp call 803-5995. All right, 803-5995. I'll keep that line ready for you. Good afternoon. You're live.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. President.
How you doing?
And I'm right here. My heart goes out to that young lady, to that woman.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can't allow this to be happening in our country.
Every time the PLP gets in power, this kind of stuff happens.
And Lincoln, I am so sick. I mean, I can't get over it. I just came from NASA. You know that, right?
Yeah.
What I'm thinking, man, I mean, how come our people can't see what's going on? The country is deteriorating. The people are deteriorating. The people jumping off the bridge. The people walking around hungry. The people sleeping in the police yard. Thinking, how come we can't see what's going on in this country, man? We can't see it. Something got to be wrong, Lincoln. We got to fix this, man. We got to get fixed. Lincoln, I'm laying down in my bed. I'm crying for that woman right now. I'm crying for her.
Yeah.
I'm crying for her, Lincoln, man. I mean, to hear that woman's voice. You understand me? And plenty people are getting manipulated in this country, man. Plenty people, Lincoln. People are eating, man, Lincoln, man. You can't help everyone. You can't help one person, you can't help everyone.
And I'll tell you, we try our best to help as many people as we can. Some people get offended, and some people even stop following us or supporting us because they can't get through when they call me. But I get calls just like that lady on every day, all day. I'm always on the phone talking to someone, dealing with their situation, dealing with their issue, getting information. And people feel like it's only them calling you, like you're trying to avoid their call. And we don't get paid for this, my brother. You know, we try to help everyone we can, just out of the goodness of our hearts. And we're out there taking the ridicule and everything else. And we try to help as many people as we can. But it is, you know, the harvest is ripe, but the laborers are few. And all we're doing is asking people to help us help the Bahamas and help our Bahamian people. This suffering can stop, you know. This suffering can stop.
Lincoln, I try every day. I try to help somebody, to reach out to somebody. I went to Nassau, Lincoln, and I can tell you the truth, Lincoln. I had no money, but I gave out almost $2,000 out of my pocket, Lincoln. And I don't have it. I don't have it. If you see my living conditions and how I am living right now, Lincoln, I still just try to go to help people because, I mean, people doing worse than me, Lincoln. But Lincoln, these people hurting, man. These people hurting like talking about you got people on the red light, all about begging. People eating out the garbage bin. Out the garbage bin. No ice, not one ice. If you throw me one ice, eating out the garbage bin, I will give you my paycheck until I die.
Wow.
Not one ice eating out the garbage bin. Not one on the road begging. Not one. But my people on the road begging. Right. And they coming up against us. Man, how stupid we can be, man. How long we can be this stupid? Huh? How could we be so stupid? A man got 10 cards and you can't. Yeah. You got 10 cards. You 10 more and you won't got that.
All right, my brother, I got to go. I got to get back on our topic. Thanks for your call, man. I got to read these stuff. You know, it hurts me sometimes, you know, when people call me or text me and say, oh, you didn't answer my text, or you blue ticked me, or something like that. And they don't know the amount of pain it is out there and the amount of effort we put in on a daily basis to try to help so much people in any way we can. And people don't understand. People don't understand. But I only got 24 hours in a day. I can't stay awake for all of them. I stay awake for most of them, but I only so much time in a day. We're asking for your help. We got to change this country. This country is bottoming out. These idiots have been running this country. You mean to tell me, you simple as the word relays, you couldn't get that right on the screen? You couldn't get that right with the teams? You had to insult the whole entire nation and create an international incident? But we're going to get back to that in a second. All right? So, as you can see, Lincoln Moxie was texting, but he's afraid to call. All right? So, people hide behind these little texts or these profiles or whatever. But I'm here. You can call, and I can answer any question that you have. All right? It's my namesake. Call. As simple as that. The lines is free. I'm open to any questions, any criticism. Come on, call. I'm not talking to text. Call. Let's hear what you have to say. All right? Defend your thesis. I can defend my thesis. All right? I'm very educated. All right? There's a lot that you don't know about me. I can defend my thesis. Let's see if you can defend yours. And this is why I go live every single week and open up myself to whatever I'm saying. Where's Lincoln Moxie? Or you just want to post stuff on? You want to be able to Google what you say first before you type it in? No. Call on the phone. I won't Google. I can't Google. Call and let's say what we have to say. All right. So, we have to defend our children. We have to defend our children. We have to. Okay. We got a call coming in. All right. Good day, you're live.
All right, blessed good evening, Mr. Bean. How are you?
Awesome, man.
Good. Oh, man. I am overwhelmed with emotion right now. First, the topic that you came on with, us sharing our Pride Day, per se, when our athletes do so well with another country is disturbing. But then mostly disturbing is when that lady came on, man. Any decent leader listening to that right now, political opponent or not, should have touched anybody hard that listened to that. That is an organic behavior, and everybody who's listening to that should be enraged. The whole Bahamas who could have heard that lady's voice and the pain in her voice should be enraged, and nobody on the PLP or F&M side is enraged about it. And this angers me, man. And I want to ask the people, when is enough going to be enough, and when we are going to get angry enough to get rid of these people, man? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm on the road here in New Mexico listening to that, and it just was very, very disturbing. So,
yeah.
That's just my piece, Mr. Bean. You have a great night. Keep up the good work.
Yeah. Thank you, man. All right. I'm going to get back to what we were talking about. To the Progressive Liberal Party, they didn't do anything last year. I'm starting to remember that situation until we started to expose what was going on, because that person was connected to a member of parliament, apparently. And so it was until we exposed it that they finally went and arrested the person, apparently. And similar like what happened with Kirk Cornish, we fought and we exposed it. We said we had to say, and it wasn't until we pushed this thing really overboard and it became a political threat that they decided that they were going to arrest him. It is very curious, not criticizing the court, but I have a right to my opinion based on what I see as a citizen. Just my opinion. I'm not saying the court has to do anything or they should have done anything, but listen, if you have 9 jurors and you have reserves, all right, you have reserve jurors, so that if a juror dies or gets sick, etc., you replace them with another juror. If you found out that Pintard was closely connected to one of the jurors, then you replace that juror with the reserve and keep going. I think that would make more sense. All right. So again, it's not to criticize the courts. I'm just wondering why that would not have been the case. You have jurors and you have reserves. If Pintard did what he, that's what Pintard normally does. He always gets up into something. If Pintard is connected to one of the jurors, move that juror, replace them, keep going. Doesn't that make sense? Or that's too much for the average leaders in this country? It kind of reminds me of the case with, remember Pleasant Bridgewater? PLP again. It was with John Travolta case with Pleasant Bridgewater. And it was a mistrial. And you know what? John Travolta said, you know what? I'm not coming back to the Bahamas. That's it. Forget the Bahamas. I'm gone. So it's really to frustrate. All right. So, well, I guess they're going to start over from scratch. And, but I just don't understand why. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Lord Jesus, give that woman strength. Give that woman strength. Give that woman strength. I will say something like a whole lot. All right. So, all right, hold the calls for a minute. Let me get some stuff for there to you, and then we'll continue with the calls after that. All right. First, Latrey Raming sent out some nonsense. I don't even know why he would do that. That's disrespectful. All right. But here, what you're looking at is from the BAAAs. The BAAAs sent out something. Trying to make it big so y'all can see the whole thing. This is from the BAAAs. They did some damage control. I guess they said basically the same thing that the trade said. Oh, it's not the government. It ain't the government. Of course, they're trying to protect the government. All right, which is what you do in damage control. But it is because there's a minister responsible. Minister responsible. Minister responsible. You hear that? Minister responsible. Let's keep going. It says, their friends of track and field. The Federation has been informed of an unfortunate human error. Human error? They plan these events years in advance. They plan these events to a T. That's not a human error. No human error did that. But we'll get to that in a minute. There was a human error in which a team competing in what is seen as an international event was identified as a Haitian Bahamas All-Star team. Sorry, Haiti Bahamas All-Star team. This race was run at the pre-game show of the BTC World Athletics Relays Bahamas 24, a show designed to create a legacy for our sports by integrating our young kids into the world-class track and field competition. It is an event intended to inspire athletes as young as 7 or up to 20. Okay, get to the point. This engagement of athletes was extended to clubs, high schools, and athletes with disabilities with the added component of the top 3 countries from Carifta Games who competed in the under-20 girls and boys division and the 4x100 and mixed relays. The Haiti team was invited to compete at the pre-game show. However, they could not attend. Okay, you invited them, they couldn't attend. Next. Okay, you invited them, but they couldn't attend. As a result, a club requested that members of his club make up a team to represent Haiti. Say what now? So y'all let a club tell y'all they can make a Haiti team, a Bahamian club. Okay, this sound contrived, but let's go. This expression of interest was based on the club having sufficient athletes of Haitian descent. All right? So not Haitians. I guess y'all mean Bahamians of Haitian descent. All right? So, but instead of saying again in your letter, Bahamians of Haitian descent, y'all again disrespect Bahamians. Y'all even put the word Bahamian there because obviously y'all are saying these are Bahamians who parents or grandparents or whatever are Haitian or of Haitian descent. But again, no need to put Bahamas in there or Bahamian in there. The Bahamians ain't worth nothing to y'all. So let's continue. It says at all times the Federation was aware of this request and approved this request under the following conditions. Okay. 1, that the athletes be of Haitian nationality. Hold on. Are they Bahamian or Haitian? You got to make up your mind with that. So they must be of Haitian nationality. So what are they? That the athletes must be of Haitian nationality. I thought it was Haitian descent. So now they have Haitian nationality. Next, the team seek sanctioning from the Haitian Athletic Federation to be represented under the Haitian flag. Oh, so y'all was taking Bahamian children of Haitian descent and going to represent them under the Haitian flag in our country. So this was a whole plot that the Federation put together. I think you all made it worse, trying to explain your way out of this. Under the Haitian flag. And guess what? I didn't see no Haitian flag. I saw a Bahamian flag. Next, it said that failure to meet the requirement of all Haitian member team should be named an unattached team. So hold on, wait. So if these were Bahamians of Haitian descent, how could they be all Haitian member team? You all mix up. How could an all Haitian member team be here in the Bahamas? This isn't making sense. Y'all plot this whole big conspiracy, hoping we wouldn't notice or people would find it cute. Y'all put this together. So this isn't just a slip up or some mistake or human error. Y'all planned this. Y'all plan to have the people living in our country run under a different flag, show loyalty to another flag, another country in our country. And they don't see nothing wrong with this. And nothing from the minister. Nothing. They continue, at no time did the Federation agree to a team being named the Haitian Bahamas All-Star team, as no such country exists. You think? But y'all had the list. Y'all put the list together. I'm sure the Federation put those races together. This is nonsense. The team didn't put the list of athletes and runners and etc. themselves. When that came to you to say these are the teams that's competing, because it had to be submitted, y'all would have simply looked at that and says, what is a Haitian Bahamas team? Because now they're saying in their thing, Haitian Bahamas, when it was Haiti Bahamas. So even in their own letter, they are messing up. Because here they're saying at no time did the Federation agree for the team to be named Haitian Bahamas All-Star team. I guess they trying to do that so they could not be lying. No, y'all agreed for it to be called the Haiti Bahamas team, which is what it was called. So y'all didn't say call it the Haitian Bahamas team. That is correct. Y'all agreed for that to be the Haiti Bahamas team, and y'all are playing with words right now. You continue, unfortunately, this escaped the meet management personnel and by extension, the broadcasting team, both of whom were responsible for team data entry. Yeah. So anyone could just show up and they just came there and just wrote their name down on a piece of paper and y'all just put it there, right? Y'all didn't have this organized. Y'all are the average. When these meets go well, the government takes the credit. Look and see what we did. But when something go bad, no, it wasn't us. So no. Someone down there, there's them. When it go good, oh, the government, look at the government. A lot of cruise ships decided to come here. Oh, look at the good. Look at Chester. Chester is doing a good job. The cruise ships decide they can stop coming. Oh, they ain't us, it's the cruise ships. Nothing we can do with that. Nania. We wish to apologize for this gross oversight, which has caused grave national concerns for both countries. We further wish to say that this unfortunate turn of events was not at the hands of the government of the Bahamas and categorically not in the hands of the Honorable Minister Mario K. Boleg or Deputy Prime Minister I. Chester Cooper. Okay, you're trying to cover for them. We wish to apologize. We wish to advise that this matter has been immediately corrected. How? It's already gone. Corrected how? And we sincerely apologize to both the people of the Commonwealth of Bahamas and the people of the Republic of Haiti. Yours faithfully, Jamiko D.L. Archer. Jamaica Archer, save it. We're not interested. Your apology is pure and absolute rubbish. We are not interested. Y'all could try that with our grandparents' generation. You can't try that with us. We tired of this foolishness. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing the PLP did was immediately started putting information out there saying that it was fake news. So their response was, oh, it's fake news. Don't listen to these people. That's a lie. The government would never allow something like that to happen. It's nonsense. That was their first response. Their next response, the next response was to let Latre say something. So after Latre said something, oh, that wasn't good enough. Let the BAAA say something. But definitely don't let the minister or anyone say it, because then that's like saying that the minister did something wrong. Oh my God. This is definitely the comment of Narnia. I want you to look at, because I thought I had downloaded it. Let's go to the screen. Let's see where this is. Okay. Let's go back. We're gonna look at this race and the language that was being spoken during this race and what was actually being said and what actually went down. It's probably around here somewhere. Let me see if this is it. What's the race before? Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the race here. Turn up the volume for you. This is the race here. You can't see the whole thing. This right here is the Haiti Bahamas All-Star. The Haiti Bahamas All-Star. And so they introduced the Bahamian team, which is Bridgewater, Adley, Neely, and Roberts. Way to go.
LeBron, they will meet. They will meet in various divisions.
And so this is.
They will have themselves a wonderful time. And I've covered countless games. The same athletes.
Sorry, I might have gone too far. Let's keep going.
Running in lane 2. Haiti Bahamas All-Stars will be in lane 3.
Heard that?
Bahamas team is in 4. Jamaica runs in 5. Turks and Caicos.
Haiti All-Star team in lane 3.
And also United States
Haiti Bahamas.
7. And I did meet some of the Turks and Caicos parents earlier today. So here we are, fellas. We're underway.
We are indeed underway now. This is if they changed up the lane order there a little bit on us. Bahamas in the middle of the track. That is the lane 4. On the outside, tough to tell, but that's on the outside lane. That's the U.S. They are running very, very strongly and pushing their way through. Also, now I've just been told that's Haiti on the outside lane. So they did change up. Yes, you did say that. Yes. Okay, so Haiti Bahamas. All right, so they changed lanes. So meanwhile, here they go, coming up on the exchange now.
The female leg.
That is the U.S.
And so bear in mind, everyone. Sorry, I'll take the calls afterward. Just give me a sec. Bear in mind, they are wearing a uniform that says Haiti. All right? Not Haiti Bahamas. So I don't know what this nonsense is they're talking about. But they're wearing a uniform that says Haiti. They're wearing blue, Haitian color blue. All right? Although there's no Haitian flag. The only flag that appeared was our flag next to their name in the graphics.
The handoff.
The exchange.
Bahamas in second. The United States followed by the Bahamas. And now the Bahamas making a move. Cowbells are ringing loudly. And now they'll go into the inside. to the cut-in point. Bahamas in first place. The United States in second at the moment. Trinidad and Tobago, they've crept into third. Trinidad and Tobago made a move. Very nice. And now you can tell the crowd's around. Right here comes the noise level. Well, we're starting to hear those horns.
And bear in mind, these uniforms had to be printed. So they knew exactly what they were doing. These uniforms were printed with logo, advertisement, whatever you want on that. They knew in advance. It was no human error. They knew exactly what was going on.
And it's because the home team in front. Yes, always a good sign. And here they come into exchange number 3. It is the Bahamas in first place. Here comes the United States. Followed closely by Trinidad and Tobago. 1, 2, 3. Jamaica heading off now. Those are your top 4 teams. Excellent handoff from the Bahamians/Haitians. Now Trinidad making a move on the U.S. coming.
He just said, excellent handoff from the Bahamians/Haitians. You heard that? That's what he just said. Let me remind that in case you weren't paying attention.
Now,
what's this? Listen carefully.
Those are your top 4 teams. Excellent handoff from the Bahamians/Haitians. Now Trinidad making a move on the U.S. coming.
From the Bahamians/Haitians. Excellent handoff. Now, this is the people in last place, you know. They're in last place. And he just had to say something about them. Because it's clear their idea was to promote them. They weren't coming. They found a way to put their names on this. Yeah, y'all heard it? Excellent handoff from the people in last place. The Bahamians/Haitians. He said Haitians by mistake. Y'all need to wake up and see what's going on.
Up on the outside, and Trinidad has actually ran a guy in this third leg. Yeah. Perhaps trying to make their move in this way. Look at USA goes off. Trying to make a move on the inside.
Okay, just hold the line one second.
You protect the lane, make them go around, they run along about distance.
Here comes the U.S. now, coming on strong in the final 20 meters. The U.S. pushing towards that final exchange. The U.S. followed by the Bahamas. Trinidad and Tobago still in that third spot. Good long strides there by the runner from the United States. Bahamas settling in behind him in second. That's Trinidad and Tobago still with some ground to make up.
Well, if Donald had the U.S. in this leg, just wonder if she can maintain that momentum coming into the final 200 meters. Bahamas, of course, keeping the distance, marking.
And here comes the Bahamas now making a move. The Bahamas making a move. U.S. trying to hold them off.
Get a Bahamas. Get a Bahamas.
Crowd's going insane.
That's a Bahamian.
Getting the win. U.S. will take second. And here's Trinidad and Tobago coming across the lane in third. Magnificent finish there for the Bahamas. What a run there. I thought the U.S. had it locked up, but you said she was saving that energy. It's something about being at home, too, knowing that energy, feeling that energy, able to put through, blows a kiss toward the camera. It's funny how these kids know exactly where to find the camera.
To her, she ran her race. She didn't take the bait of the U.S.
Able to make that push, and able to come through at the end, the final 50. Down the stretch, getting a pretty good lead, coming across the.
And afterwards, you'll see the screen that they put up there.
She's like, no, I got this. I got this. You saw that. She's like, yes, I got you right here. This is my race to win. Now underway here in our pre-show event. We have
the Bahamas
next
All-Star.
That's it. Wow. Okay, look at that.
All right, so we leave that up there for you. So Let me just take the call if the person is still on here. No, I think they're gone. Yeah, they're gone. So, ladies and gentlemen, did you hear carefully? This was an intentional thing. Someone says Lincoln. I just see that they're saying that there's a Ali running for Haiti, who is a Bahamian, born Bahamian. Yeah, I don't know if that is the case, but this seems they just wanted Haiti's name up there, and they said that all the persons should be of Haitian descent. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon, you're live. Go ahead, caller. Caller, you're live. Well, we can't hear you for some reason. Caller, go ahead. No, the call is maybe caller. Maybe you need to call on WhatsApp call. We're still waiting on Lincoln Moxie to call because he had a lot to say on Facebook. We're waiting on him to call. So this is the kind of thing that we're seeing here. Listen, man, if we're gonna be Bahamian, let's be Bahamian, man. That's not to say that other people can't come to our country and become a part of us. Okay, but let's be Bahamian. Let's be proud to be Bahamian, man. We can't be third and fourth and fifth class in our own country. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. All right. Okay, yeah, the person is now calling on WhatsApp. Good afternoon, you live.
Good day, Mr. Bain. How you doing?
Good afternoon, the prophet himself. How you doing?
Yes. You know something? I sitting down here and watching this race with Haiti. With the Bahamas, they put a little team together to try to represent Haiti. So if the government could do that, why they can't put a team together from the Haitian nationals to go down Haiti and fight for their country?
That was my next point.
To go down there. So this a good thing. This is a good thing. If you could take our athletes or the athletes from the Bahamas to support Haiti or defend them in the race, then you could take the citizen from Rania, send them down Haiti to fight for the country, train them in the Bahamas, and let them go home and fight for their country. You see how God got to be showing the people things up in the Bahamas?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
They went out of their way to organize this. They planned this.
Right.
And so, like someone said, one of the persons who ran, and I saw the names, and one of the names on that list was a very Bahamian name. Now they changed their names a lot, but that was a Bahamian runner that they had running, and three persons of Haitian descent. All right.
Right.
And they thought it was cute to just make sure that Haiti was there. They planned that.
Right. Yeah.
And they made us pay for it as a people.
Wow. Anyway, my friend, keep up the good.
Thanks for your call, my brother. All right. Let me say something to Lincoln Marks, who had made a comment about Haiti. There are over 800,000 millionaires in Haiti. They show you the poor part of Haiti. There are poor people in every country. There are over 800,000 millionaires. I didn't blink and I didn't stutter. There are billionaires with so much wealth in Haiti that it will blow your mind. It is their responsibility to look out for their country. The culture in Haiti is the oligarchs pay the gangsters take control of the streets, and when election is coming up, and then the people vote however the gangsters tell them to vote. The oligarchs give the gangsters money to put on the ground to help people and this and that, and they keep them starving and poor and suffering, so that when election time comes around, they just do whatever the gangsters say. They allow the oligarchs to keep raping them and keep them under the thumb. All right? Haiti's state is Haiti's problem. they put themselves in that situation. Now there was some interference by America and by France, etc., etc. But again, the people had to accept it. There's this thing going around that Haiti freed the black people in the Western Hemisphere. No, they didn't. They didn't even do it for themselves. They made themselves worse slaves than they were in the beginning. Over many years, they fought, they overthrew. Napoleon was busy fighting wars all over Europe. And so the Haitians took the opportunity and overthrew those persons who were there overseeing them. Of course, they had them outnumbered basically, and they overthrew them. France then sent some ships, parked them in the harbor, sent a message to the Haitians and said, "Listen, if 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 you don't pay us uh, for the loss of our slaves, which was the people themselves, we are going to come and make you slaves again and destroy this country." And so the Haitians, being afraid of France, said, "You know what? We're not going to fight them. Let's just pay them." And so they had to pay for their freedom, but they had to pay France, and then they had to borrow the money from France to pay for that freedom. So instead of fighting, they said, let's put ourselves in slavery to France for the next several hundred years. That don't sound like freedom to me. It left them poor in a state where they couldn't keep their head above water, and it actually hurt them. The borrower is slave to the lender. They continued to be slaves, but in a worse state. They sold themselves. The other slaves in the Caribbean were taken, raped, kidnapped. They sold themselves out. And then they killed the leader who freed them, who fought the first battle. They killed him. Their own freedom fighter. They killed him. So let's not mix ourselves up with some kind of romantic myth that somehow they freed the black people. No, they fought for themselves because they didn't send no other armies nowhere else in the Caribbean to help free nobody. They fought, they overthrew the people who were overseeing them. And then when the army reached and say, listen, you all gonna pay us, tell thy kingdom come. They said, okay, we'll pay. And put themselves in a worse situation. That was their decision. All right? That's just the reality. I'm not saying that these outside people didn't come in and take advantage of them. They did. And that's why our movement is about freeing our people. We're not going to let, you see, Bahamians are keeping themselves in slavery, just like they overthrew, in Haiti, they overthrew their freedom fighter and chose to be in slavery and say, let's pay. Let our children and our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren pay. They chose slavery. The slaves in the other nations did not choose slavery. They chose the state that they are in because they were afraid to fight. That's the reality. Now, in our country, we're in the same situation. We keep letting these politicians who are funded by massa, control us and keep us poor and telling you don't deserve nothing, you shouldn't have nothing. But again, there are billionaires in Haiti. I'm telling you what I know. I did work for some of them. I lived in Haiti for 2 years. Tell me what I don't know. So don't make it seem like someone else is responsible for Haiti. Haiti's GDP around earthquake time was more than the Bahamas GDP. More than the Bahamas. They just have a bigger population, so they do GDP per capita, even though the money doesn't go to the people. So I don't know why they do that. Why are you counting every individual when every individual don't own the product that's produced? That's ridiculous. It's a false narrative. But Haiti was doing 12, 13, 14 billion, like the Bahamas. They're doing the same GDP as us. But they have billionaires who are keeping most of the money, just like here, who don't want you to be free with your natural resources. Now let's go to, they say, it's xenophobia, et cetera, et cetera. They always talk about this nonsense about xenophobia. And it's so annoying when you try to tell people they have no right to protect their nation and protect their country and protect their interests. I really, really don't understand that. But I understand people feel like they don't deserve anything. So let's look at Haiti's constitution. I promise you I will do this. And then I'll open the phone lines again. Let's look at Haiti's constitution. Let's look at it. Just educating ourselves today. This is Haiti's constitution. All right. This is Haiti's constitution. It's right here. Make it big so you can see it. So, Article 12 of the Constitution, I'm going to start there. It's very interesting. Look at that. All right. Nice little Constitution. Look at this. It's Article 12 of the Constitution. All right. It says, any Haitian, except for the privileges reserved to a Haitian of origin, hold on, wait, is subject to all rights, duties, and obligations attached to their Haitian nationality. So hold on. As a Haitian, you have all the rights and duties and obligations attached to your nationalities, except you don't have the rights that's preserved for a Haitian of origin? Hold on. They have a problem when we say organic Bahamian. They have a problem when we're proud to be Bahamian. When we want to reserve something for ourselves, but the Haitian Constitution discriminates against their own Haitian people, not foreigners, Their own Haitian people. It says any Haitian, except for the privileges reserved to Haitians of origin, is subject to all the rights, duties, and obligations attached to their Haitian nationality. Wow. There are two classes of Haitian. There's a Haitian, and then there's a Haitian of origin. I mean, you're born there. You're a Haitian who was there. You never renounce your citizenship, and you are a Haitian of origin. You born there, and you have a right to be there. Wow. You have some reserved privileges over regular other Haitians. This is the Haitian Constitution. Let's keep going. This is where they abrogated all of these sections here. And we're going to mosey on down to section 18, right? Article 18. It says, Haitians shall be equal before the law. Oh, isn't that cute? All right? Listen to this now. Haitians shall be equal before the law, subject to the special advantages conferred on native-born Haitians who have never renounced their nationality. Will Jesus, Lord? Hold on. You trying to tell me Haiti discriminates against Haitians? Haiti is xenophobic against Haitians. But we must let our land be taken over. We must let our parliament be taken over. We must let our names and all of our rights be taken over when Haiti is protecting itself from Haitians. This is a sermon. This is a sermon. Let me read that again for you. Haitians shall be equal before the law, subject to the special privileges conferred on native-born Haitians. They have special privileges in the law. The ones who have never renounced their nationality. Jesus. They're not just protecting themselves against foreigners, you know. Because if you read that law, foreigners can't own land. All right? Foreigners can't run in their parliament. You can't be president, etc. But this ain't talking about foreigners. It's talking about Haitians. So don't tell me I am xenophobic for protecting this country for Bahamians. Someone say this is why they call Bahamians stupid. I agree. Yeah, this is their law. They put what treason is and all. You show any loyalty to any other state. All right? That's treason. Treason. There's something else in here I want you to see. All right? That a Haitian cannot have their foreign citizenship, let it be prevalent over their Haitian citizenship. You see, I probably passed it. I was looking at comments to see them. I was looking at this. Freedom of expressions. Okay, now let me show you all Haitian of origin and how this works. The first one. All right. One, if you want to be in the Chamber of Deputies, see, this their government position. All right, this is one of their government positions, Chamber of Deputies. You must, one, be a Haitian of origin, never to have announced his nationality and not holding any other nationality at the moment of his inscription. They put the years and all that. But look at this one. Not just be a Haitian of origin, you know. I mean, born there. They mean be the owner of real assets in the circumscription, I mean the place, or to exercise a profession or an industry there. So you gotta own property there, or you gotta be doing business there, or your profession, be a lawyer or something there. All right, in order to operate in that constituency. All right. Let me do it again. So that's just one of their government positions. This is another one. Senator. If you want to be a senator, must be a Haitian of origin. See there? Be a Haitian of origin, never to announce, etc., in the place you want to be. All right. And also be an owner of real assets or a profession in that area. You see? They're protecting their parliament. Ours is not protected. Someone could come to the Bahamas, become a paper Bahamian, and become prime minister like that in the Bahamas after 10, 15 years. All right? So, educating you today. The last one, to be president of the Republic of Haiti must be of a Haitian of origin. All right? Never announce and not holding any other citizenship. All right? Be the owner of real assets, real estate, at least, and have a habitual residence in the country. All right? I've resided in the country 5 years before. They're making sure you ain't just no come Johnny come lately. Have received discharge from management. Okay, that's other stuff. All right. So they're making sure. They're making sure that you do this properly. 9 of 9. Member of the Constitutional Council. Same thing. Haitian of origin, etc. Own property. See, property rights is so important. If we call ourselves Bahamians, but we let all the property be bought out, Bahamians don't own no property in this country, we don't really own the thing. that we say we are. We don't own the Bahamas no more. The Bahamas gone. Other people own this. This other people country. Even though we born here. If you don't own the land, it's gone. That's why Pinland said. When he was asked on a documentary, he was being interviewed, and they asked him, what is a Bahamian? He said, a Bahamian is someone who owns the land. It's the first thing he said. You gotta own the land. Y'all wake up, Bahamas. Y'all wake up. Before it's too late. Lines open again. Y'all could call 803-5995. Remember that word, endophobia. That's fear of the locals, fear of yourself. That's fear of the people who belong there. And that's how they treat us. Remember what Hubert Ingham said? Bahamians need not apply. That's endophobia. Endophobia. Bahamians that's how they treat us. Need not apply. Said, Bahamians need not apply. That's endophobia. Sorry, that's my volume coming up on this thing. Bahamians need not apply. Brave Davis made it absolutely abundantly clear when he committed treason on that day. When he said to them, I am you and you are me, I can look out for you. I've always looked out for you. I don't want you to ever forget these words, because when Bahamians still voted for this man, after he said these words, you can't blame him anymore. You can't blame the Haitians. Remember, the Haitians started flooding in September. There was no other reason. They were told on the ground that we now have a Haitian prime minister. They got instructions that you all start coming. Immediately in that September, don't forget. And there was a COI who jumped on the plane and went down there. They started making excuses for why they can't take them back. And Nago started saying, we ran out of food and stuff like that. And we went down there and we shine a light on what was going on. And they had to get some of those people out of there. But then other people, they let these people go into society.
Let me just say that I have always been a part of this community. And there's no accident I know how to do all the dancing. Because I always be and share with you. Because you are me and I am you.
Yes, sir.
And I'll be here with you always. And those who knew me from the past and know me now, they always knew that I was there and always been there for you. I don't call you all, no, you all are not Haitians, Bahamians. You are Bahamian, yes. And your origin is Haitian. Mine too, and many of us. We have to stay apart for now so we can be together later. In on now.
Are you all ready and willing to go?
Est-ce que nous tous pouvons retourner back à Haïti?
Le problème pays, mettez-nous dehors. Pas de travail, pas de rien. Pas de manger, pas de manger, pas de boire.
Good afternoon, caller. You live.
Hey, what's going on, Lincoln?
Right here, fighting for this country.
Yeah, man. I done with that. Yeah, man, I have something to just ask you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How long, first of all, do these politicians and the governments between the two parties, do they know our constitution? That's just one question I want to ask them.
They know it. They're just corrupt. They don't care about the Constitution. They're corrupt.
So let me ask you a question. Let's just say you running right now, right? And things go awry because they basically leading on, let's just say, the influx. I can call it like it is the Haitian votes.
Yes.
Because I go on and there to register. But I believe it or not, anybody can say what they want. Say, I walk out. And I asked the woman, listen what I asked the woman who's registering now. I asked the woman, I say, miss,
these people come here to vote. She said, yeah, they got rights. I asked her what rights they have. She gone stunned. She said, let me call somebody else, you know? So she bring forward somebody else. And I asked the woman again. I say, do these people have, you know, rights to vote? The woman registered and they're telling me she don't know. She said she thinks so. I said, but she said, but they come in here with their passport and things. Now let me ask you a question. You just run through some of their lines to the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
To their Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a particular line where they say they cannot renounce, right? I just ask it.
No, they can renounce. They just have to go back to Haiti, to the Department of Justice to renounce.
No, Lincoln, they changed that. Check that out. They changed that. See, because when I say I'm listening to you, you need to sit down and knock or let blackmail call it. They changed. I forget. He was telling. He's breaking it down. They cannot renounce.
Their citizenship law. Hold on. Their citizenship law is not in their constitution. Their constitution says that their citizenship will be determined by law, which means that there's an act that deals with it. And if you go to the act, all right, if you go to the actual act and you look at it, it says that they can renounce, but they have to come to Haiti to do it. All right, I'm telling you what I know. Now, what they're saying is that where it said in the previous constitution that they could renounce, that was abrogated. But yes, that was abrogated. But there is an actual law that actually states how they can renounce. Now, the problem is, it's the same thing, just different working, right? Same answer. Now, listen. Oh, let me just explain it probably because people listening. These Haitians who have gotten their citizenship did not renounce because we know they didn't go back to Haiti to do it. All right? If they can renounce, but they didn't renounce, then they have a problem. You understand? Because you're supposed to go to Haiti to renounce, and none of them did that.
Right, I get all of that. Now, see, this where I get nice. What you saying? Because I listen to blackmail, and I think whoever listening is the same thing.
Right.
Now, let me tell you for what I said. I think y'all too, y'all spreading different messages. Because on him, he was saying when Batali, whoever that last, their last prime minister was or president was, they put something in. They do their constitution where they cannot renounce. Now, I ain't gonna argue that because you're on the same team. All I want to do is get the same message out, because if you listen to blackmail, he telling you they cannot renounce based on from 2012. They made a change in their constitution from 2012. When I come to you, you saying they could renounce. You see the difference in the messaging? Remember now, we on the same team. All I want to do is get that message right, because right now as it stands, that's just how I feel. Because if they cannot renounce and they voting, that meaning you, Mr. who's sitting on that side, who got my full attention, you can challenge that based on if they cannot renounce. But now when I listen to you now, you saying, yeah, they could renounce, but you saying they didn't renounce because they didn't went back to the country. When I listen to blackmail, he said from 2012, he need to call in so you all can get on the same page. All I want is the one message line to get on, because I down with you funny. But I can't hear this man saying, okay, they can't renounce, and then this man saying, okay, yeah, they could renounce. I don't know if you catch what I'm saying. I remember this ain't no short to you. We on the same team. You feel what I said? But if you're on the same team, I want to come with the same message, because when I go, I walk out the registered office, because the only behemoth who was in there was me. And guess what? And I take a hair count. It was 10 to my 1.
Mm-hmm.
So you looking at it from an angle where you're just preaching, saying, hey, behemoths, get out there, go register. I follow your words. But now here's the thing. If it's a 10 to 1 lead, you then behind. I only talking sense to you, my brother. And I say to you now, as you sitting there, and I don't know how much on the live, I don't know how much you're getting hit up,
But here's what you're saying to me now, based on what I'm thinking in my head from blackmail. You're saying the people and their constitution could renounce. Blackmail said from 2000.
No. Hold on. I did not say by their constitution. Listen to me carefully. And see, people don't understand them.
Okay.
People don't understand the interpretation of the law. Listen, our law in section 13 gives Parliament the right to make laws as it relates to citizenship. All right. They did that so you don't have to go back to a referendum necessarily. All right. To make laws on citizenship. All right. That's what they put in our law. Haiti has the same law. Whereas before it was in the Constitution about renunciation, etc., that was abrogated or what we call repealed. But it says the Constitution gives says that they will be able to make laws. That means like acts, etc., that actually state how citizenship works. And if you read their actual acts, which aren't translated, but if you read their act, the Constitution is, if you read the actual act, it will tell you that in order for them to renounce, they have to literally come to Haiti, to the Department of Justice, in order to renounce. That's what it says. Nothing in their Constitution says that they cannot renounce. I'm looking at the Constitution, and nothing in the Constitution says that.
Okay, like I say, I still down with you. This ain't no argument. This just a little disagreement. But
No, that is not a disagreement. It still has the same effect. If we are right, it has the same effect. Listen to what I'm saying. If they cannot renounce, all right, and you have to renounce to get citizenship in the Bahamas, then you're blocked. But if they can renounce, but they didn't renounce because they didn't go to Haiti, as I know the actual law says, not the Constitution, the law of Haiti, all right, then that's where we have the same result.
It's amazing. You know, this piss me. Lincoln, let me tell you what it's run my guts out, man. You see what I'm saying? It cost me, I'm talking about put sharks in my eye. We sitting here debating on another country. How? Name something that Haiti gave to the Bahamas other than Louis George. And I keep saying, why? We have to, everything. Haitian in the hospital. You want every debate we have. And you're talking about Haitian building up. What they doing other than cutting, they giving us the lowest of the lowest. There's no millionaire being produced in the Bahamas. There's no scientist. There's no, name a building we're going up over maybe 16 feet in the Bahamas. Every discussion you come on every day, they got to be doing with these people. And you could call me xenophobic, xenophobic, no respect, disrespect at all aspects. That's what they did to the Bahamian people. And I ain't gonna sit back. At any means necessary, I ain't gonna sit. I'm not my mother. I'm not my mother, and I'm not my father. But all I want is the messages to get straight. So when I go back and open my mouth, I can open my mouth proudly. That's what I
All right. Can you still see us? Can you see your screen? Because I'm sharing my screen now for the Bahamian public who's watching this. You have about 1,600 people live on here over our platform. I'm reading Article 10. It says the regulations governing Haitian nationality shall be determined by law. You understand? What that is saying is that it allows them to make laws. It won't be in the Constitution, but they can now make laws to determine what is what as it relates to citizenship and nationality. All right? That's what that is saying. There's nothing in here that says that you cannot renounce. What the persons were saying, looking at, is that Article 12 is where before they dealt with that kind of stuff, but now that's abrogated. But it being abrogated doesn't mean it can't be addressed in law. And so whereas it isn't in the Constitution anymore on how you renounce your citizenship, it actually is dealt with in law. And in law, in their act, you can actually come there to the Department of Justice. And when you come to the Department of Justice, you can renounce your citizenship. But
make me understand that
Mr. Ben, there's two things before I go. Make me understand.
Go ahead. That's what we're here for.
Okay, but look, I want this, like I said, the way should we follow each other. Be on the same team.
Yes.
You understand? Same team. I still team Lincoln. Here's what I want to understand. Okay, we have the Haitian embassy, right?
Yes.
Okay, but in Haiti, they do not have a parliament. There's no leadership in Haiti right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We still getting renunciation letter for Haitians, right? Yes, right? They have to present that.
Hey, hold the line, caller. Hold the line. Go ahead. Continue. I was just answering that call.
So they get their renunciation letter to get to our immigration and stuff like that. How that happening if they don't have no type of leadership in Haiti? So that's a crime.
They are breaking. If they get a renunciation letter from their embassy, it's not valid because their law says that they may get renunciation letters from the Department of Justice in Haiti.
That's what I'm saying. But it being issued, right? It being issued by their what you call it, their embassy. So if you don't have no government running your country, how's that happening? Mr. Big, make me understand that. And it's the last thing I can say. If we accept the letters, we accepting corruption, we accepting a lie, and we accepting replacement. The last thing that I say is replacement. Always have empathy for that side, right? You in the class, my children. You are born in me or birth me and stuff like that, and if your population is, let's just say 300,000, and you telling me you got 300,000 people within line waiting for citizenship, the bell got to go off and stuff, and keep bell. Believe me, you don't know me. But the day I keep bell, I stay in Lincoln, I can spread it out wherever I go, I get 25 line up, ready to go down. But
awesome.
Like I say, I refuse to go into walk into any place where I hear in South I say, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
My mother, I have no interest in Haiti, never been to Haiti, I don't want to Haiti. I need you on that, brother.
Okay. Thank you, man. We go straight to the next line, and I'll address that some more. Good day, caller.
Hello, Lincoln.
How you doing?
Hello, Bahamas. What's clear here is that the government of Bahamas is involved in creating two nations within one country.
That's it.
The PLP is doing this for their own political reasons. And what they did this past weekend by creating this team, this so-called Haitian Bahamian team, is they put us against one another in front of the world. And what the Bahamian people are saying is that we will not accept two nations within one country.
Mm-hmm.
The nation is the nation of Bahamians in the Bahamas, and that's what we want, but they're not listening. They're only focused on their political agenda, and we're saying, and they're not listening to the people, so we've got to continue to shout from the hilltops that no, we do not want two nations in one nation, in one country.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on that.
Thank you, man. And this is why we fight. All right. And this is why we're going to continue to fight. Because if we don't, we're gonna lose the little that we have.
Yeah, thank you for breaking that down and exposing the fact that this was a deliberate, orchestrated plan from the get-go.
Yeah.
And they are not fooling anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you too, man. All right. So I'm just going to show you some little quick information that I got up here. And just so you understand, I support the efforts of blackmail and everything that he is doing. I don't think that anything that I'm saying takes away from what he is doing. The persons are getting citizenship and nationality illegally in this country, and they're getting it wrong. But I have a duty to explain the law as I know it and as I understand it. And I think you know my reputation on this kind of stuff, and no one can ever question what I'm saying and what I am putting forward. Because I normally deal with documentation when I do it and the proper interpretation of it, and I break it down so that persons can understand. All right. There let me show you something. So when I heard persons talking about Haitians can't renounce anymore, is because they're saying that the section in the Constitution where they could renounce was repealed. That doesn't mean they can't renounce, because it can be in the law to allow them to renounce. But the law states how they must renounce. All right. But there's nothing in that Haitian Constitution that says they cannot renounce their citizenship. All right. Nothing in there says that. And so let me this is some information on multiple citizenship.com. We have some information here that you can see on how Haitians are dealing with what they're dealing with, and you can just do your own proper research. If they want to voluntarily get rid of their citizenship, so loss of citizenship, voluntarily or involuntarily, all right? So voluntarily means you renounce. It says voluntary renunciation of citizenship must take place in the country, meaning in Haiti, before the Justice Department, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. That's the law. All right, that's how it works. All right, so this is the how things works. All right, and let me go to another source. All right, there's another source here, which actually says me do this. Voluntary withdrawing citizenship must take place before the Justice Department in Haiti. It is not possible to reclaim citizen loss involuntarily. All right, so this is how it works. So in any event, all right. Someone says we must be on the same page. Listen, we are. Oh, sorry, I'm still sharing my screen. We are more than on the same page. The page is this. There are persons who are getting citizenship who are not entitled to citizenship. I don't think anyone is on a different page from that. But one person is saying that they cannot. Hold on, no, this was just someone texting at me. Simone, what is this? Simone or Simon? I can't see it too well. So sorry, Lincoln Bain, but Blackmore did not state that citizens cannot renounce their citizenship. He said it must be done in Haiti. He also stated that this was made law in 2012. Okay, awesome. So that's the same exact thing that I'm saying. All right. So just to be clear on that, because that's the person was saying that Blackmail was saying. I don't get to watch every show. I don't get to keep up with all that stuff. I'm busy fighting for the Bain people. I'm out there literally on the field doing work every day. So I don't get to watch every show that they have out there. I don't. In fact, I watch very few of them. So, it appears that we are on the same page, because he's saying that Blackmail is saying that they have to go to Haiti renounce. And that's what I've been saying since I've been talking about this. All right. And so they have to go to Haiti to renounce. And as far as I can see, they're not going to Haiti to renounce. And so that is clear as day. So when push comes to shove, if it is investigated and shown that you did not go to Haiti to renounce, then your citizenship is illegal. Clear? I think we're on the same page with that. All right. And so what must happen is we must get rid of the PLP and FNM, because unless we do, we're going to continue with the same nonsense over and over and over. Someone says it has more millionaires per head than Latin America or the Caribbean nation, an estimated 10,000 nations out a population of 6 million live. I couldn't see the rest of that. All right, I'm taking another call. I know we're over the time now. Good evening, you're live. Good evening, you're live.
Good evening, Mr. Bain. How you doing?
Awesome, man. How you doing?
All right. What I think the confusion with the previous caller was
is that the act that was done by the Bahamas government in 2012, where they stopped or where they allowed Haitians to announce in the Bahamas was stopped in 2012, and everybody after 2012 are illegal citizenships. That's what I think it is. That's why I believe he's saying that blackmail is saying they cannot renounce. It isn't that they can't renounce, but it still goes back to they have to renounce in Haiti.
Yeah, so let me just make this clear. See, I'm on this on a political level. Blackmail is not yet. I don't know if he's going to decide to go into the political side of it, but I am. And let me just say that there's certain things that I cannot say in terms of our strategy and exactly what we're going to do when we get in, because then the government is going to try to put things in place to block certain things. All right. Not everything I can say right now, but let me just say to you that no other person is going to do the things that I'm going to do to set this matter straight. I am going to be the Minister of Immigration, and you don't have to worry about that. Everyone knows that I'm fearless when it comes to this stuff, and it is going to be addressed. All right. Now, I ain't going to say the full strategy. All right. But it is going to be addressed. People who are around me know, but I can't say certain things publicly. All right. All right. So you don't have to worry about if we're on the same page, if blackmail and me on the same page. We are very much on the same page. And I fully endorse what it is that he is doing and that they're doing. I fully endorse that. So we are 100% on the same page. The Bahamas must be for Bahamians. All right. And so whether people are confused about the details of this, don't confuse yourself. The Bahamas will be for Bahamians. I hope you aren't confused about that. Let me say it again. The Bahamas will be for Bahamians. And I don't mean only us could be here. Other people could be here. They come in to work for us. But we ain't gonna work for them. We could be like the sheiks. We could be like kings in our country. And that is what I am fighting for. And no one who is going to be here who don't belong here. It's simple as that. All right? So this one made that straight. But thank you all for your call. There's no confusion. Don't let them try to bring any confusion in this. And even if Blackmail decides he's not going to run, I'm going to make sure that he is working with me in the Ministry of Immigration as we go and clean up this problem that has been going on for all these years because of corruption and nothing else. All right? Corruption. I had some more tapes to play today. Vaughn Miller and Brave Davis and some other stuff. But I'm going to leave that for next week. We have so much to talk about. And that lady who called in about her son being raped at the Progressive Young Liberals convention. He was raped in the room. The person just went in the room, told everyone else to come out of the room, and raped the boy. It was covered up. It was covered up. To this day, the lady is still waiting. Endophobia. Remember that word. Endophobia is coming to an end in this Bahamas. Either we end endophobia or it's going to end us. Stand up. Stand with me, Bahamas. Let's protect this one nation that we got. The PLP is the queer party, and we keep reminding them of that. They're for queers and foreigners. I'm saying that because that's what they call themselves. As the Prime Minister was talking, and he didn't deny it, he actually nodded his head. When he was at the College of the Bahamas, University of the Bahamas, and one of their supporters stood up and said, the PLP is the queerest party ever because you put all the queer people in place. The Prime Minister said, say what? All right. He said, yeah, I said you're the queerest party in the history of the Bahamas. Prime Minister said, that's what he did. Just like that. He nodded his head. You understand? Always remind them of that. Remind them that they are incompetent idiots. They can't even build a hospital. There's another term going. Instead of building a hospital, they're going to build a maternity ward and a hospital for children. You know, a maternity ward that children could be in. You can't build a hospital. You can't give us roads that work. You can't get us ambulances. The ambulances parked by Sandlands. Why? You can't give us nothing that works. Nothing. But y'all keep saying y'all want qualified candidates. Qualified to do what they doing? Nothing. These guys are just imbeciles. They are corrupt imbeciles. Y'all can't get us solar power, free solar power in all these years. Y'all can't get into the cruise ship industry. Let me take this last call. Good evening, you're live. How you doing, my brother?
Oh, I'm doing well. Darren Lewis Stubbs here.
My brother.
And just like the brother said, I'm with Team Lincoln. I'm with Team Lincoln, and I'm not changing that. For 50 years, you know, you've been mentioning some stuff, but for 50 years, the PLP and them ran the Bahamas. We live in a hurricane zone, yet not one hurricane shelter have been built in our Bahamas. They say if a hurricane comes, go to a church or go to a schoolhouse. So now you're in the schoolhouse. There's a category 4 on the outside. You want to go to the bathroom. So where do you go? Up in the corner in a slop bucket.
Wow.
Not one hurricane shelter.
Wow.
You mean to tell me we have 25 primary schools in Nassau, 8 junior high schools and 8 senior high schools, and not one of them have cafeteria feeding our children.
Wow.
Free breakfast and free lunch hotel buffet style. We have all of these hotels and offshore banks and insurance companies in the country, all these investors in the countries, and no one of them negotiated that if, in order for them to renew their license, that they build cafeterias in our schools to feed our children. You mean to tell me our children have to get on public buses in the morning with total strangers? That our schools don't have their own school bus system where we should be able to pick up where they should be able to pick up our kids and take our kids directly to school or bring them back to an area where the parents could pick them up. You mean to tell me that senior citizens who have paid their debt to society in this country are being flat taxed for food and medication and their adult diapers? You mean to tell me that the Bahamian people are just as foolish that we like the yellow and the red so much that it's okay? I'll tell you this, and I've said it before. 13 votes came out of our house for the PLP.
Wow.
The PLP cannot get our votes again. Our votes from the Stubbs family is going to Lincoln being the coalition of independence. We've had enough. They only use us to knock on doors, and they campaign for them over and over and over. Promises, promises, promises. We run off to college and universities and stuff like that. They promised my dad, who was a stalwart counselor, that they would assist him. My dad said if it wasn't for him and my mom and my aunts and uncles and grandparents when they was alive to help contribute, we wouldn't have get where we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what I remember Charlotte saying at a rally in 8 Mile Rock at the by-election, that most Bahamians achieve and get crown land when they are buried in it. Both administrations have failed the Bahamian people. And we, the Bahamian people, we had enough. They keep on saying, oh, the third parties ain't going nowhere. But listen, the COI is not a third party. The COI is the movement of the Bahamian people who had enough. We want better for ourselves, and we want to save our bloodline. This is our land. This is our people. This is our family. This is our home. This is our Bahamas.
Darren Stubbs, there's someone sent me a screenshot by you. You made a statement on a post, I don't know where it is, said, I just spoke to Steve McKinney, Mr. President. He's tuning in. He says Haitians can't renounce.
Yes, I did. I spoke with Steve McKinney directly just a few minutes ago.
Right.
Before I called him. And he said that because I asked Blackmail or Sidney Walter Thompson tune in. And I know that you're not wrong. You are stating and showing what our law says. I believe that you're showing what our law says. And I believe
I'm also showing you Haiti's law.
Pardon me?
I'm showing Haiti's law.
Haiti's law, but we also understand that in 2012, that the renunciation have been canceled for all Haitian.
It wasn't canceled. This is what I'm saying. Persons are misunderstanding the law. Article 12 of their constitution was abrogated. It being abrogated doesn't mean that's the part of the law that dealt with renunciation. That was abrogated, means that was renounced. But it is addressed in the law itself. You understand? Not in the Constitution, but in the law. The Constitution of the Bahamas doesn't say that you can't murder. The law, that's the law. That's not in the Constitution. You understand? The Constitution doesn't address every little item that is in the law. You could have a law saying that it's illegal to have a pit bull. That don't have to be in the Constitution. You understand?
Okay.
Right. So you could have a law that deals with Bahamas Electricity Corporation. That don't have to be in the Constitution. It can be if you want to put it there, which means that it'll be harder to move it. You have to go to referendum. But what I'm saying is their law addresses that, and but the Constitution don't. It was in the Constitution, but they abrogated that part of it from the Constitution because it's addressed in the law. So it doesn't have to be there. You understand? But that doesn't change the outcome that these people are still not going to Haiti, to the Department of Justice. And because that Department of Justice basically wasn't doing anything for anyone since the earthquake. People were losing their documents. They didn't have their documents. They couldn't come there and do nothing since that's 2010. So no one could say they went to Haiti to renounce their citizenship. So it's the same result.
Okay.
You understand?
I understand that.
So 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. You understand?
Yes. I understand that.
So what they're saying is that the persons can't renounce, therefore they cannot get citizenship in the Bahamas. I'm saying that yes, you're right. They can't get citizenship, but it's not because they can't renounce. It's because they can renounce, but they didn't renounce.
But here it is on Google Live, so everyone can see 17 countries around the world where persons cannot renounce.
That's an article. That's not their law. That's someone, just like you could go right now, do a website and put anything you want on there. That's an article that someone wrote. That's not the law. I've already done all this research. All right. So that's someone saying the countries where you can't renounce. And they're saying that because you actually literally have to fly back to Haiti to get your renunciation. And it's almost impossible to get that right now because there's no government. It's been in turmoil since 2010, and there's no way to do it. I'm giving you the full understanding. Sometimes it's better to just leave things, but I'm giving you the full understanding of it. That what you're reading is just an article that someone put together where they said these are the countries where you cannot renounce. That's not the law of Haiti. You understand?
Yes. Now,
but again, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter one way or the next. You understand? One, the COI is coming to power if the people want us to, and all this problem is going to be solved. It's just simple as that.
So what are the benefits?
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Yeah, now I hear you clearly now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what are the benefits voting for the Coalition of Independence? Would persons be granted crown land or monies from our natural? Would persons be granted crown land on what is from our natural resources.
Man, I think everyone in the Bahamas know what the advantage of voting the COI is. Yes, Bahamians will be issued crown land like they're doing in the Middle East and other countries. Bahamians will benefit directly from their natural resources. Directly, they will get royalty checks from their natural resources. I see persons are saying that from the carbon credits, you could have gotten $55,000 each from the $11 billion that they've collected. And people are saying that that's the person contradicting us because we were saying $100,000. No, that's not them contradicting us. That $100,000 comes from a variety of different areas, including the carbon credits, including our natural resources, which includes our aragonite salt, the limestone, and other natural resources. And so they are clearly talking about the carbon credits part of it. That's what you could have gotten if you divided that $11 billion by the the amount of adult Bahamians that we have in the country. All right, so they're saying 55,000. So there's no differentiation there, and it doesn't matter if someone has an opinion that we can get 55,000 and someone else has the opinion that we get 100,000. Either one works. So we don't need to make a big deal over. This person says 55,000. Therefore, we shouldn't vote COI because you only get 55,000. Seriously? Like seriously? Like how does that even become a conversational piece?
Yeah, because at this time,
all you're getting is taxes.
That's all we get.
By the end of this, you're gonna be paying $55,000 a year in taxes, and many people do.
You're absolutely right, Mr. President. Other person get an opportunity to call in, but I just thank you for taking my call.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. Yeah. So just to get this clear, there's going to be different people with different tweaks on how things should be done in the conversation, on how things should be done. Listen, man, don't hurt your head and that kind of stuff. All we know is that this country isn't working the way it is. This is not working. You understand? That first and foremost, we need a country that works. All of our family islands are neglected. We need a system to make that work. We have the system to make that work. Don't hurt your head over the little details because they can always find ways to bicker and find little small things, little arguments on who's right and who ain't right. And that don't matter. We need a country that works. We need to get rid of this government of corruption. Let's focus on that. Let's get rid of corruption. All right? And let's get the benefit from what we ain't benefiting from now. I gotta play this for you before I go. I know that the live has gone long today, but I think this was an important live. I gotta play this for you. All right? Because we keep focusing on the small things, and that's what they want. We keep focusing on what ain't important. What is important is, under the COI, no one coming to this country illegally. No one is gonna be here illegally. All right? There's no leadership in this country that is able to deal with that right now. Not one person is going to be here illegal. Let me take this call. Another caller calling in. You're live.
Good evening, Mr. President. How are you, sir?
I am awesome, man. How you doing?
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. I have a question and a comment.
Go ahead.
Shouldn't there be in any country, including the Bahamas, certain laws that states how many immigrants comes into your country to reside in your country to keep the level or the citizenship of your country preserved for Bahamians? Or, for example, you have, say, 80% of the country is illegal migrant, which we call mass migration, coming into the country, and only 20% of the country is Bahamian, natives Bahamians. What then happens to that country? And I heard you resorted to it earlier when the Prime Minister of our former Prime Minister, the late Lyndon O'Pinlan, said that each citizen should own land because land represents citizenship.
Yes.
So can you imagine 80% of our population being migrants coming into this country owning land? Then the 80% actually owns the country. Rather than the 20%, the 20% then becomes the minority, which would be behavior.
Again, this is a great point, and that's why one of the things that America did back in the day was they started issuing land to their settlers, especially in the West, to make sure that they were owning the land. Canada did the same thing, especially in the West, to make sure the Americans didn't come over and encroach on their area. They made sure that their citizens owned the land. But let me deal with the immigration part of it. In many of the Middle Eastern countries where the people benefit from their natural resources, like Dubai, Qatar, these places, they are 20-80, like you're talking about. They're 20%, and some places even less are their citizens, and you have 80% foreigners coming in to work for them or more. All right? It doesn't hurt them. You know why? Because you cannot come as a foreigner and get their citizenship. It is impossible. You can become a resident eventually. You can have a work permit for as long as you want and work there, but you will never be a citizen with a right to vote and influence their elections. They are empowering their own people. So their people have the money to do the business and own the businesses, etc. They even have a law in place that their people must own 51% of any business. And they give their citizens land. Once you become 18 and you're going to get married, etc., they give you land. I've played the video over and over, like with Dubai, but other places do it too. They give you land and they give you the money to build a house. You know why? Because they are making sure they empower their people. And they bring the foreigners in to work for them. When you go to Dubai, you're going to see that their people sit around dreaming of the next business they're going to get into. All right? And the foreigners, including Bahamians, come there to work for them. That is what we are going to have, a country where the foreigners come and work for us. They didn't train us like that. We have to rewire Bahamian thinking because they've wired us to be the labor. They wired us to be the labor, and then they took away that by bringing in foreigners to replace us as labor. Now our children are being discouraged from being here by being told you're overqualified, and our children are being kicked out of the country, and we are being replaced in our nation. This is where the problem comes in. When the COI takes over, no foreigner it will be possible for them to become a citizen of the Bahamas. Impossible. We will put that in the new constitution. And I said new, because the old constitution is going to go absolutely in the garbage. That's for the shredder.
And that only makes good sense because we are already overpopulated and overrun by foreigners. And we cannot afford to carry that type of load.
Yeah.
Like you said, Dubai put measures in place to protect its citizens, but our government hasn't put any measure in place to protect its citizens.
Yes.
For example, Abaco right now is basically run by Haitians over Bahamians.
Yeah.
And then I heard Exoma is following suit, where they are also being overrun. Someone just called me from Exoma the other day, said that Exoma is also now being overrun, where Haitians are taking the forefront over Bahamians.
Yes.
That should never be in the country.
You see, we are selling out our birthright. You know, in America, a lot of the Native Americans, they talk about how the Europeans came and overthrew them and took them over, etc., Native Americans. But in some instances, the Native Americans sold their land to the Europeans. They just didn't see the value in it. There was so much land, and they didn't have the concept that you could own land because they, far as they were concerned, you can't pick up land and carry it with you. And so them selling a piece of land was in their mind like selling a piece of the sky or selling the moon. And so when the foreigner came and said, let me buy this land from you, they said, oh, you won't buy that? Okay, yeah, I give you as much as you want. As far as you could see. Yeah, give me a couple $. And they sold states, all right, in some instances. for dirt cheap. The same thing happened when the Jews started going back, the Israelis started going in the Palestinian area. Some of it was they were placed in there, but a lot of Palestinians actually sold their land. All right. I know this for a fact. I went in there and I spoke to Palestinians. I got the real history of what was going on. All right. I went down there for the purpose of opening a shoe business with someone. All right, so I got the history of the land and what really was going on. A lot of them saw their land as unvaluable, and a lot of the Jews started buying up this inarguable land that was garbage land. And then the Jewish people figured out ways to do agriculture on this land, even though it was barren land before. And so, whereas they thought this land was worthless, and they sold it for nothing, the Jews found a way to actually, a genius way to actually make this land worth something. But a lot of it is when your own people sell yourselves out. And that's what's happening. We are selling ourselves out. Bahamians are selling themselves out. Bahamians are giving these people papers, giving them work permits when they know they don't work for them, selling their houses to them, etc. If you sell a piece of property to a foreigner in this country, that will never come back to a Bahamian. They will never sell that back to a Bahamian. All right?
That is true.
There's a hidden war going on that Bahamians don't understand. And they are making us ashamed to stand up and be Bahamian and be proud to be Bahamian and to stand up for what is ours. And they're taking this country away from us piece by piece, right in our faces. I went to a photo place to buy a passport photo a couple of days ago. And let me tell you something. All in Mr. Photo was Haitians. Full of Haitians. Some couldn't speak English, some could barely speak English. All right? It was full. I'll tell you that. What they getting passport photo for?
Passport.
Bahamians better wake up. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for your call, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. You're encouraged.
All right. So, no. Problem solved. I told you, don't worry about anything. We have the solution. Don't worry about the details of this and that and whatever. You know, we want the court to make the government do what is right. We don't want no court make them do nothing. We want them gone. Move them and put people there that don't have to be forced to do what is right. All right? And no foreigner moving forward will be able to get citizenship in this country. So they won't bring 10 million people here and flood us. One, military, we ain't gonna let that happen. Two, they cannot take over our country. Right now, the problem is we don't have anything in our law to protect us from a Haitian coming here and becoming, or a Chinese or a Cuban and becoming prime minister. Let me take this call. Good evening, you're live.
Yes, Mr. President, I have to call back to ask this question. There was a video with Michael Pintard saying that he is not promising $100,000 so you could sit on the porch, smoke a blunt, and drink your stitchy. And someone is saying, and persons are saying that, oh, he said that fighting for the bishop during the by-election, but that's not what he really wanted to say.
That is what he wanted to say. I corrected him of that during the by-election. They were attacking me. Not only did he make a statement about that, Brave Davis also made a statement about that because people were concerned that we weren't benefiting from our natural resources, and people started listening to me because I was showing evidence. So Michael Pintard said people could stay home and smoke dope and drink if you give them benefits from their natural resources. What that tell you? If you vote for them, you ain't getting nothing. All right? And when you hang up the phone, I'm going to play what Brave Davis had to say.
All right. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Thank you. And so Brave Davis had this to say about you benefiting from your natural resources.
Hard, and times have been really hard. It's tempting to believe in big promises of easy money. But if someone is promising you that you're going to receive a lot of something for doing a lot of nothing, Well, it's on them to prove it. It's on them to prove they ain't fooling you with smoke and mirrors. And I ask you, put them to the test. We respect you too much. We respect you, the people and residents of this community, too much to give you petty dreams that evaporate when you investigate. We don't have the time for false promises or false prophets. We are going to build this country with vehement ingenuity, with hard work, with new opportunities, and with determination, not with scams and schemes. West Grand Bahama, we got a lot of work to do, and we got to do it together. So like I said, it's really no tough decision, is it? Only one candidate in this race can do that work with me. Understand what I'm saying?
So, understand what he's saying? All right, that's what he was saying. So he was talking about me. He was talking about the fact that we said that you should benefit from what belongs to you. And he was trying to make you think that that's just a dream. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. You're going to do it with hard work. We can work you hard and then take everything you got. That's what he's saying. I had some other videos I could show you, but we didn't do over 2.5 hours. I don't want this to be too much longer. But please screenshot portions of this that make sense. You think you should share with your family and friends. This movement is happening not because of anything that I am doing and saying. It's happening because this is a movement of God and because of what you are doing on the ground. It's because you are taking the information. If you have friends and family members that don't understand something, let them tune in every Sunday at 5 o'clock. That's why I do this every Sunday at 5 o'clock. If you have a family member who said Lincoln is lying, don't believe him, tell them to call in. Tell them call Lincoln and put him on blast. Put him on blast right there and then. All right? And tell him put me on the spot because they don't believe what I'm saying is possible. Tell them make Lincoln prove what he's saying. And notice we always bring proof of everything that we say. All right? And that's what we're going to continue to do. And so it's going to happen from you dealing with your family and friends. Nothing we do is going to make this happen. Some people say, yo, go and have events in each one of in the inner city, in the inner city, go in the parks. Not because you have someone in the park and people coming out. All right. Once they see it's political, some people may feel like, boy, I'm trying to get this job from the MP. I don't want them to see me out there. They still will feel intimidated to come out in some instances, but you are in every house. We have a supporter in every single house. Every house. All right? It's your job to work on your family and friends. That's your responsibility. Go get them. The government can't stop them. The government can affect these lives. They can affect the media. They control the media. You see how all the media went out their way to publish that thing today? They get called from the government. Listen, I need all y'all sharing this thing on social media so it's legit. This apologies from BAAA, et cetera, et cetera. Media on a Sunday afternoon, church going on, and they sharing this thing all over the place. Come on. All right? They're in full control. And so they have sold their souls. And so we need you to do the work. If you want to see it, you got to make it happen. All right? So that's it. They want to continue to rape and rob us. We can't let this happen. So other videos I've lined up. I'm going to deal with that next Sunday. But you got to wake up, y'all. You got to wake up. I'm going to leave you with a couple of videos in any event. I'm going to leave you with a video from Brave Davis's spokesman and what he has to say. This is his very own spokesman. And then I'm going to show you what these countries like Dubai, etc., have been doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. You are why I fight. This is our one country. We ain't letting nobody take this over. Stand with me. We got this one last election to make this happen. And we're gonna, when the law of man fails you, then maybe you have to go to the law of the jungle, figure out what that means. But we can't let our country be taken over because of corrupt politicians. If we have to stand up and fight, because Bahamians are foolish enough to let these fellas keep raping and robbing them. Look at what happened in West Grandmama and Bimini. They did nothing for those people. Nothing. Nothing they promised, they did. You see? Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We'll keep fighting for you. See you next time.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, breaking news, you are rich. That's the headline. You, if you are Bahamian, you are rich. And the other headline is you've had someone stealing from you since you've been alive. You've had somebody stealing your wealth, stealing your country's resources, and trying to steal your future. The good news is we are now on to the trick. And so our job is to make sure that we get it back to you. That's what tonight is about. Educating you so you are aware of what's been happening.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, these videos are being ambushed. We'll get them out to you next week. But of course, you have to make a choice. Are you going to believe the people who have been lying to you for all these years, telling you that there's no natural resources, and then telling you it ain't worth nothing, telling you the carbon credits isn't real, is a scam, is a sham, is nothing. Don't listen to Lincoln Bain. Or are you going to believe the person who is giving you the information, the person who is educating you on a daily basis, the person who is out there not just educating you, but out there fighting for you, standing up for you? I've been kicked, dragged, and stumped for my country, for my nation. I've sacrificed everything, given up my freedom, my health. I've given up everything fighting for this country. You're going to believe these fellas who are living high on the hog by lying to you? Or are you going to believe the next generation of Bahamian who wants us to benefit? The question is, what do you have to lose? I need you to go out there and fight. Talk to your family and your friends. Talk to your co-workers. Don't let them talk about nothing else. When they finish talking about LeBron, you bring up your country. You educate them. You keep the conversation on the new Bahamas. And then we will get there. Believe with me. We are not going to lose this. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid because the barbarians are at the gate and some of them are already here. Don't be afraid because these foreigners are in positions in our different corporations, in our police force, our armed forces. Don't be afraid. We are going to win this. I will fearlessly stand up for the Bahamian people, and we're going to take this country back. Give it to the Bahamian people. Make the Bahamian people the kings. And then let the foreigners come and work with us and partner with us. That's the new Bahamas. Thank you. I love you.